Hey everybody, thank you for stopping by. If you're in the States, I hope you are having a great Labor Day weekend. Can you believe it's the end of summer? Here at the Carolina coast, we've had a spectacular weekend. Weather has been awesome, a little less humidity than normal for us here. And the other day when I was at Brook Green Gardens painting, I just had the best conversations with people from all over the country. So I'm really happy you stopped by to join me today. I have 10 nice paintings that many of you probably haven't seen because they're not on my website. And the marketing company that I work with has such a brilliant idea. If you're on Instagram, you can go into my bio and click on Surprise Holiday Sale. And a page like this will come up with each of the paintings I'm going to talk about. And it has a buy now bar, and you can go through an instant checkout. And if you purchase a piece, what's really nice is I get a little red dot, just like you get in the gallery, so that no one else, we don't have any duplicates buying it. And this is just a brilliant idea. And I want to thank Patrick and his team for coming up with that. So let's go through the paintings and see what kind of great opportunities we have. The first one I have is called Southwest View. And all of these have been very popular pieces on another venue where I show them out. And this is an original oil on what's called a canvas panel. It has an archival backing and it's nicely framed, either for hanging, you have a hanger here, or if you want to tuck it on an end table or a bookcase, you can go ahead and do that as well. So this is Southeast View. Typically this would run $145, and I'm just doing some crazy prices today. So today it will be $95, and if you're in the lower 48, it is free shipping, and these I typically send out priority mail, so you'll have it within 2 to 3 days typically, and I'll ship them out tomorrow. So number one, Southwest View. And the second one we have is Line of Succession. I did a series of these ocean paintings, and I've sold most of them, but I have a few more left. And if you haven't seen these have actually been on my Etsy shop which is Crystal Oil Fine Arts. I put my less expensive pieces here, and again, it is an oil on a canvas panel, nicely framed. You can either hang it or stand it if you would like. And these were really important exercises for me as I was studying the dynamics and the physics of a wave and how to capture the motion and the light and make them come to life. And I'm still learning about that. So this is Line of Succession, typically $145, and today's special price is $95. And the next one I have, and this again has been a really popular piece. This is King Tide. And here along the coast, we do get what they call a king tide. And we have a wonderful marsh here in Merrill's Inlet. And when the high tide comes in, and particularly the full high tide like this king tide, you can barely see the marsh grass. It replenishes it each time it comes up. And they're really the nurseries of the oceans when you think of how they function. So this is king tide. This is on an 8 by 10, even though it's a smaller image, an 8 by 10 panel. And with the frame, it measures out 10 by 12. And again, you can either hang it or tuck it away somewhere. It's really interesting. I had a customer purchase one of these, and she put it in her kitchen, and she said it was just the perfect spot of color in a small space where she wanted to have something. So there are some really creative uses for these. Pardon my back as I try and hang this up. Now the next several I have are original oil paintings on a stretch canvas, more conventional canvas, and they are ready to hang as well. And I've actually gone ahead and painted them on the side. This is a 9 by 12 inch, which is a standard size, so you can easily find a nice frame for it. But if you don't want to frame it right away and you want to see how you feel about it, you wouldn't have to do it right away. This particular piece is called Rise. And one of my favorite things to do, and I have literally spent afternoons doing this during the summer, especially with high humidity, is to watch these thunderheads build through the day. It just fascinates me. And that's what's happening here, although this particular one, we're getting kind of close to dusk. We have wonderful flat beaches here. They're wonderful for walking. And one of my favorite places is to go to the state park, so you get a very wild, natural dune and beach. We're really fortunate here on the coast. So this is Rise. This typically would run $275, and for this sale, I'm letting it go for $185. And what I'm trying to do is refresh my shop on Etsy. That's why I'm letting them go for such great prices. But it really is a very lovely place. That was Rise. And the next one we have is absolutely one of the favorites. I don't understand why I'm still sitting with it. This is called August Marsh. This was a plein air painting, which meant I actually did it at the marsh. And there's lots of lovely detail in here with the houses along the edge. $1 million homes, I might add. And I don't have any birds in here. And it's interesting, late July, early August, you get this brilliant, brilliant chartreuse green. And they're just wonderful. And then when the tides go out, you have all the oyster beds underneath. So this is August Marsh, typically $275, and I'll actually be, well, I've already raised some of the newer pieces in this format and size, 9 by 12 to 300, and my goal is to get them up to about 350 to 375, so it's in line with all my other pricing. So these are kind of introductory offers, and if you want to scoop one of these up today, it's a terrific opportunity. So this is August Marsh. I have wonderful live music being played, and it is a non-published piece, so we can enjoy it the entire time. A friend of mine is just doing riffs on a piece that they composed. This lovely painting is very moody. It's actually something from the winter where we can tend to get very thick fogs. So this is Foggy Beach. And if you look real close, you can kind of see the hint here of a couple walking down the beach. I kind of challenged myself with this one to see how well I could portray it. And there's lots of subtle color in this piece. It is varnished, and again, it is ready to hang. And if you like that moody feel, this is Foggy Beach. And again, rather than $275 today and on this sale, it is $185. And then we have the next one. It's another really popular piece, Egrets Roost. These marshes are just havens for our seabirds. And I did several at this particular location. This is the only one left. And a couple things that I really like about it. It's rare that you have a tree line so close, and it will go ahead and, you know, there are trees on the other side here, and it creates this shadow falling across the marsh, which I find really fascinating. And then on this particular tree, the birds will be foraging in the pluff mud at low tide, but at high tide, you'll often see the trees just filled with them, resting, waiting for the next low tide. So this is Egrets Roost, and again, it's ready to hang and painted on the sides. Last small one that I have, if you're an ocean lover, is the Jetty. We have these, it took me a long time when I moved here to kind of figure out what the geography was here, because I was used to always having a barrier island with the ocean on one side, and then on the back side of the island, you'd have a bay. And we don't have that here. There is a large set of jetties which mark the entrance of the inlet into the marsh. And there is a barrier island or spit on either side, but it's a very different kind of geographical setup than most of the East Coast. And this was one of the challenges I gave myself here, was to take the solid, hard rock and play with how the element, the very liquid, moving element of water worked against that rock. And just all the colors in the rock. You know, you could sit there for hours and just watch the waves coming in. And it's rare that we get that much wave action. Our ocean is usually fairly docile here. So again, this one is painted on all four sides. And it is a 9 by 12 inch. This one I actually did in the studio. And again, ready to hang. And you could have it in 2 to 3 days with priority mailing. So this is Jetty, $185 today. Moving right along, this is a painting from my stacks. If you've been following me, the last show was what I called a stack show, where I took some older paintings that, an older painting is simply not less of a painting. It's just I may not have had the right time to exhibit it and do what I needed to do with it to find the right home. It's a lot like finding a home for a puppy. But this has amazing detail in it. This was painted at Duke Gardens. And this is entitled Late Summer Stream. I have several earlier in the season with all the irises in this stream. But this one has a crepe myrtle in the center with all the summer blooms around it. I talk a lot about finding your balance in nature or in beauty. And, if you're listening to the news and you're looking at what's going on, it's really important to keep ourselves grounded and calm and think true thoughts. And if you don't have the opportunity to walk a beach or hike in the woods or dig in your garden, having a piece like this that you can calmly sit and focus on and compose yourself and know that this too shall pass can be really important. This particular piece, I actually had the original paperwork from one of the exhibits it was in. And as you can see, the original price, if this is not backwards, was $1,100. And I'm doing this one today. Can't really believe it, but at $725. It is a 14 by 14 inch. It is not painted on the sides. I just have some black binding tape on it. But it's just a beautiful piece. So I hope you will consider one of these. If you go to the page, it is in my bio on Instagram for a surprise holiday sale or show. And you can go ahead and click on that. I will repost it. Unfortunately, my Facebook, once again, did not work. And so I will repost it on Facebook as well with the link to that page. But this is just a spectacular piece. Let me give you a little bit of a close-up again. And it really is at a steal. I have another one this size frame that goes for $1,800. There is one other thing I wanted to alert you to, and that is next week I will be posting a free giveaway of this archival print. This is a print on canvas with an archival ink. It goes all the way around the sides. And I will be giving this away to someone on my mailing list. So if you're not already on the mailing list, I will be sending out a request whether or not you want to be included. So make sure you open my next email. And if you're not on it, go ahead onto my website and a box pops up. Put in your email address and you will be eligible for the drawing. This piece is entitled End of Season. I'm from up north originally, and my love of the beach runs deep and long. And to have one more day of that warmth on the sand before winter hits, even now I still have that sensation. And I want to savor that day. And that's kind of the theme of this painting here. It was painted in the fall as we were approaching colder temperatures and end of season. So this will be the print I will be giving away. I will do the drawing on September 27th. So watch next week, and I'll be posting and asking for people to put in their emails, and let's see who the lucky winner is. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed the music, and I hope you have some food for thought. When these paintings are gone at these prices, they will be gone. So if you get the replay and you want to share it with someone that you know might be interested, please feel free to do that. And thank you for your time, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.